So for our Tai Chi class today, you just need a chair, and that's it, and some space around you. Scoot yourself to the front edge of that chair, hands comfortably on the legs. Take a moment to, again, those four first things that I always go through. Body upright. I wonder if dogs quiet. Body upright. So usually that requires a little effort. The tendency is spilled pelvis, head and neck forward. So we want to tilt the pelvis or tip it forward, lift the chest, and bring the chin down. Once you make that correction, then everything's in line. Then you try to practice sung, or soft, supple, pliable release. As you let that softness pervade the body, then that allows chunwan, soft sunken heaviness down low, and chingling, lightness and nimbleness through the body. So once again, body upright, zhong-zheng. Sung, soft, relaxed, pliable, plump, loose. Allow for a sinking quality down underneath us, through the chair, through the legs. And then feel what's left through the body is this chingling, this lightness and nimbleness. Then breathing in through the nose, long, smooth, and full. Out through the nose or the mouth. Long, smooth, and empty. Let's just do that 8 to 10 times here. Correct breathing helps us with all of those different foundational concepts. When you take a big full breath in, feel it stretch you open. It also brings the body into a little better posture. Many of the muscles, your phone tremble. Many of the muscles that are for breathing also double duty as postural muscles. So as our breathing improves, it improves the posture, the uprightness. Correct breathing also is soothing and relaxing, so it helps us unclench and relax. It's also stretching and compressing and stretching, compressing, so it's loosening up tension. So that helps with sung. It also allows more of that settling downward and that buoyancy and levity to be present. Now, first movement to go a step further, slide the hands back, elbows back, shoulder blades back, chest up, chin up, look up to the sky. Just hold this nice back bend arch. And then when you're ready, slide the hands forward past your knees, hollow the chest, drop the head and round the back. We're going to do that a couple of times. Inhaling, arching, holding that shit. Exhale, rounding. Let's take that maybe 3 more times. Your own pace. Make the most out of each round. Now, the next time you arch back, let that be the last time, and then just settle to neutral, back to your upright seat, and right into your twist. Left hand forward, right hand and elbow back. Turn your shoulders and head to the right, twisting. Back to center, and turn the other way, twist. Inhale, center. Exhale, twist. Inhale and exhale. Couple more. One more time to your left. And back to center. Side leaning, hang the arm, shift the weight to the right buttock, side bend. Float that left wrist up, left foot empty, and then switch. Remember the middle, and then the lean. Middle, lean. Middle, lean. Middle, lean. A few more. And back to middle. Right into those shoulder blade circles. Forward and up. Back and down. Neutral. Forward and up. Back and down. Forward and up. Back and down. Forward and up. Back and down. Two more. Reverse. Back and up. Forward and down. Back, up, forward, down. Two more. And hang loose. Now bring your feet together, knees together. Fold forward from the hips. Float your arms forward, backs of hands touch. Reach forward. So you see how much extension I'm getting. And then keep that length through the body as you take your hands out and then go around behind you. Lean back a little bit, bring the arms in behind. Notice here the arms are behind a little bit, the body is open, and then neutral. Relax to neutral. Again, forward, backs of hands touch, extend. Go around the outside, but stay low. Around behind, in, neutral. Want this to become fluid. So that's the low level. Let's go to middle level. Backs of hands touch. Up to chest level. Big open. Turn the palms forward. Slide them down. Neutral. Again. Forward. Backs of hands touch. Come up. Big open. Turn palms forward. Slide down. One more at that level. In. Or not now, full range. So we stay together with the backs of hands touching all the way. Big open. Palms face forward, coming down. Notice again, the arms are slightly behind, body is open, neutral. Forward, up. Backs of hands stay touching here, right? So keep them together the whole way up so that the front is closed a little bit rather than here. And then, oh. Let's do one more. Full range, neutral, and then closing in front. Stay closed the whole way up until you peel. Neutral. Now, starting low again, go back, out, but notice I didn't lift my hands up at all, and then around, in, and then neutral. Back, out, around, in, neutral. And then we've got back, out, up, chest level, close, down, neutral. Back, out, up. No, their partner. Back, up. It's nobody. And then we go full range. Back, out, up. Oh. And something needs to be done. Peter's not home. You go tell him, Peter, can you get those dogs? Yeah. I'll do it. You sleep? Oh. All right, maybe forget it. All right, now, feet hip distance, bend those elbows, and we go out, up, down, in, down, out, up, down, in, down, out, up, down, in. Now, back. It's not common to do that. Back, down, forward, up. Forward, down, back. Down, forward, up. Way up. Forward, down, back. Down, forward, up. One more. It's cleaning off the barnacles and glue that gets in the way. Now, elbows out to the side. Left high, right low, cross, wrap, and then straight out to the side. Switch, cross, wrap, out, switch, wrap, out, switch, wrap, out, and down. Arms in front, turn palms down and up and down and up. Turn, 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 turn. Eventually you can get to where you got speed in the movement, and this is very good for carpal tunnel issue, arthritic issue. It just shakes loose some of that collapsed space in there. And again, make sure it's not just like this, right? You see how I'm not really moving the full range. It's all the way here, all the way here every time. So go only as fast as you can make sure you're getting all the way to each position. Now, palms up, open, neutral, And then elbows out and around to the front, hollowing the front, opening the back. Neutral, opening, unfolded, externally rotated, closing, folding, internally. Let this induce a change through the back, through the torso, right? So my torso is in neutral. Then the front of the body is open and unfolded. We're in neutral. And then the front of the body closes and folds, which really opens the back even more. Open, unfold. Inhaling as you do this one. Close and fold. Internally rotating here. One more time. Open. From this shape, step wide. Big stance. Left hand up. Over top in front. Close. Then up over top to here. And then close. Open. Closing to the right, your bottom remains open. Opening top and bottom. Now closing to your left while your right groin stays open. And from here, both arms up, over top, cross one wrist over top, drop the arms between the legs and let them hang. The body closes, folds, and internally rotating in the shoulders. Now cross that same wrist. As we come up, the body's unfolding, opening, and the arms are now externally rotated as they come down, 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 down. Then other wrist on top, up and over, close, fold, unfold, open, other wrist, close, fold, internally rotate, open, unfold, externally rotate. Add the breath, exhaling, inhaling, exhaling, inhaling. One more. And wrists over, circle through, palms up. Over, circle through, palms up. And Mark, make sure you turn. So bring your fingers up. Palms have to face the body so you get that whole circle that way. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going, all the way. And then here, you were stopping sort of there and doing another circle, but you got to turn them so you can get that whole circle there. Yeah. So over, under, and out. Turn. Over. Yeah. And then in reverse, under, over, top, turning the palms so they can go all the way under again. Yeah. We don't want to leave any rust or plaque in the mechanism. Full range. Full range. Hands up, spread them wide, gather them together. Spread them wide, gather together. Spread wide, together. Wide, together. Now, wide, claw to a fist, open. Claw to a fist, open. Big open. Claw to a fist, open. Claw to a fist, open. Bird beak, all 5 fingers come together, bend the wrist down, back, down, back, down, back, back, shake them loose. Scoot a little bit back on your chair, very stable. Right knee, lift, grab the knee, pull the leg up and in, flex the foot, push, bring it up, set the foot down. Other side, we load and use the hands to assist, and then push, and then reload all the way up, down. Switch, load, push, load, down. Switch, load, push, load, down. Switch again. Now a few with no hands, just with the brain. Try to get full range. And foot and ankle, straight leg, point and flex. Tilt the foot a little in, out, inversion, eversion. Circle, in, around, and out. Reverse circle, out, around, and in. Switch feet, point and flex. Invert, evert, that little tilt, tilt at the ankle joint. Circle, in, around, and out. Reverse, out, around, and in. And down. Scoot back to that front edge. Let's do our swivel steps. Bring your feet all the way together. Right leg first. Remember, the knee has to stay with the toe. So as the toe goes out, knee goes out, that opens the hip here. Now as the heel goes out, the knee comes in, staying in line with the toe. Internal rotation. Then toe and knee go out again, so now we're even wider open here. Put the toe down. Now the heel goes out, the knee falls in, internal rotation. And then toe and knee out, external rotation. And then walk that right leg back in. 1, heel and knee out, 2, toe and knee in, 3, heel and knee out, 4, and then back together. Do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other leg, toe and knee out, 1, heel out, knee in, 2, toe and knee out, 3, heel out, knee in, 4. One more, 5. In, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Getting the spiral, spiraling, spiraling out, spiraling in, spiraling out, spiraling in. And both at the same time, external, heels out, knees in, internal, external, internal, external, internal to neutral. One more. And 1, 2, 3. Feet hip distance. Hands on knees, hip hinge forward. Turn fingers in, elbows out and around. Fold. Sit vertical. Tip back. Sit vertical. So remember, the head doesn't lean back here as much, Renee, so it's not the head back. It's the hips. Yeah, so the whole thing here is that we're somewhat isolating hip hinge. Hold. And make sure it's the hips as the primary mover. Hips is the primary mover. Hips. Now, same thing except wide stance. The dragon takes a bow. Fingers in, elbows out and around. Fold at the hips, dropping down into that space. And then sitting up right, vertical. Hands at neutral. And we tip back. We do it again. Upright and fingers in, elbows out. Fold. Sit upright. Tip back. Sit upright. Fold. Upright. Now the dragon stirs the sea. So tipped back, tip to your right and forward. Turn the hands in, fingers in, elbows out. Sweep across from right to left. Stay left as you go back and around the back over to the right again. Let's do that 3 more times to your right. All the way around. And dynamic separation. We're trying to separate every part from every other part. But that word dynamic, meaning we're keeping them connected, but through a dynamic connection rather than a rigid connection. Let's go the other way. So we're separating hips from legs and each vertebra joint from the one above and below it. Dynamic separation of the scapula and the rib cage so that body can move inside of its own juices and fluid and mechanics. And we're back to neutral. Feet to hip distance. Sit up straight, right in the middle in neutral. Wing. Turn your palms up. Reach up, look up, and now we reach right arm higher. And then relax it down. Left arm higher and down. Right arm higher, down. Left arm higher. Right arm. Left arm. Right arm. Left arm. One more each. Right, that separation, that ability to move. Now, both arms at the same time. Reach as high as you could possibly reach, pulling the body apart, reaching, reaching, reaching. And then relaxed as can be, just wing. Floating. Soft. Hands on your legs. Again, everything loose and relaxed. Now, chin down. So that's the skull. And then the neck. Let the neck drop down in front. Now, on the way up, start with the neck. So take your neck back and up. And then finish by lifting the chin and taking your head back. And then on the way down, it's head first. Chin down. And then the neck. In reverse on the way up. Neck. Then head. Head down, followed by neck. Neck back, followed by the head. Head down, followed by the neck. One more. Neck back. Head back. Now settle to neutral. Turn your head right. Use a little bit of effort to turn a little bit further and then relax the neck and just let it float over to the other side. Floating, floating, floating. Get to your edge and then apply a little bit of force to turn a little bit more and then relax and float the head across. Get as far as you can in that relaxed state and then apply a little bit of force and relax back across. And turn a little bit of force and back across. One more each. And we're back to neutral. Side. So let the head fall softly to the right. Back to center. Excuse me. And then off to the left. Center. Right. Center. Left. Center. Right. Center. Left. And center. Now the spiral circles of the neck. We go a small tip to the right, chin up, which takes the head back, then a small tip left, drop the head forward. Then a small tip right, take the head back, small tip left, drop the head forward. And we roll it to the right and back, roll it to the left and forward, continuing round, round. Keep going all the way to your right. Mark, don't switch directions. Go to your right and back, 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 and around, forward. Two more in that direction, each one getting slightly larger perhaps, so that by your last two, you're at a maximum, whatever that is today. And then just let your head hang in front. Loose. Float the head straight up on top of your body. And let's do the other way. So a little tip left and back, right and forward. So the first one's small. And then go on another round, a little bigger. Round. So we're going to the left and back. And then to the right and forward. Left and back. Right and forward. Each one getting a little larger. That idea of separating. You're trying to separate your skull from your topmost neck vertebra, and then separate the topmost from the second topmost, and thirdmost, and so on down the line. Again, not yanking them apart, but buying yourself just a small amount of space for nerve flow, blood flow, juice, and hang your head in front. Float your head straight up on top. Let everything settle. Let's do this little wing, roll, fold, settle. The hands settling right in front of the belly button. This is a sort of reservoir for our life force, a battery. It's also the functional pivot point in the body, the mechanical middle as well. So now we've got that middle, the belly button, the lower back, and the spot right between. This is down through the chair. In order to stand up, if I try to go straight up, my middle is here and my feet are here. So that's the problem. So that's why we fold and go forward. Bring the middle forward so it's above your feet. Once you've accomplished that, So it's really all about this middle and the down. Now when we go to sit down, if I take my middle back like this, I'm going to fall into the chair. So that's why I have to fold and sink, but my middle's still above the feet until my butt touches here, and then I'm plugging into the ground through the chair. So it's middle connecting to the ground. That allows us the function of standing and sitting. On the way up, you want to immediately get the weight out of the chair. Then this portion is no problem. In reverse, kind of inverted, we keep our weight in the feet 98% of the way until we're ready to commit. One more. Now, the Tai Chi squat, as relaxed as you can. Don't sit in the chair. Just disappear the hips back. Arms and shoulders are loose. Sink. Just softly sink. Can you dangle your arms down near your shoes, down near the floor, and then come all the way back up? Let your back be bowable, like an archer's bow. So when we sink, the back ends up kind of rounding slightly, not a huge amount, but just this nice little gentle bowing, which opens all the space where the nerves flow out of the spine. If you look at the spine, the nerve bundles shoot out the back and then out and around. So they come out the back and then out through into the body. So when we do this little movement, we're helping that, opening the foramen, the spaces, and allowing that flow. Now here we are standing. Stay standing. Let's do this. Sink, chi, wash organs. So a small, safe amount of tip into your toes, back to the middle of your feet, and into your heels. Now remember, it's all about the middle. So when I lean forward slightly or tip forward, my weight is going down and connecting through the balls of the feet. Then I'm down through the whole foot. And then here, I'm just taking my middle back a little so it gets down to the heels, but not leaning way back and getting myself in trouble. So just a little tip and tip. And just find that range of motion. And now, as you tip to your toes, float your hands forward. Look at this, extending forward but not up, right? So forward. And then when you rock back, just swing the pendulums back. And then rock forward and swing the pendulums forward. And back. And forward. Back. Now, stay back in your heels a little bit. Open. Float the arms out and up. Now, tip into your toes, right? So you were in your heels. Now tip to your toes, sweep around. Out in front, palms face up. And then tip to the heels and bring the hands in. Past the mouth, settle to the middle of your feet, hands settle to the belly. And then hips go back a little, elbows forward a little, sink the buttocks, and release the arms loose. Then push through the earth and just stand up. Relax the whole body. Rock back, open, and lift. So that's one fluid gesture. Rock forward, sweep around, palms face up. That's a second fluid gesture. Rock back, we're bringing in, settling to the belly. And then the hips go back, elbows forward, and we sink the buttocks, release the arms completely. And then push through the earth and stand back tall. Relax everything back to the earth. So, zhong, zhong, zhang, central upright through all the body parts. Song, soft and loose and relaxed. Chunwan, let everything that can go down underneath us go down. That heaviness is down there. That's what keeps us balanced. And then this buoyant Qing Ling. This levity is what we then move. So we're very sturdy underneath, but light and limber and movable, changeable, right? Shape shifting into all these different shapes, these different mechanism movements. Clean out the deeper and deeper layers of what's stuck in the body, and then also in the energetic level, it's organizing everything around and into the middle. Okay, now we're standing. Close. Settle to the middle. Cross the hands. Come down. Rising hands. Float the hands forward and up. Little flow change in the palms and then down. So important idea here is there's a difference between a stiff body and I raise my arms and lower my arms and expressing the energy of pung. Pung is this upward expression. They talk about it like out at sea in the ocean when there's a swell. We want to feel that. And then this sort of troughing quality of the wave. Again, this swell quality, opening, and through all the tissue and space of the body, we're swelling and then sinking. So we're doing more than just the meat and bone, and even more than just the brain and nerve. We're doing all of that, but we're also including this idea that we have a life force that wants to express pung, or this rising quality, and it wants to express an, this sinking quality. Rising pung, sinking an. Now scoop the hands in front, rising pung, but at a different angle, a different position. The crane opening its wings, sinking, rising. Right? And you can maybe see in my body, I'm kind of rising through the legs. I might even lift my heels sometimes because it just feels good to do so. Sink, settle through the body, right? So I'm not stuck in a line. There's space between the parts. Right? Sink. Right? Now, right hand over, left hand under, sink and settle and consolidate. And then rise and expand and express. And left over, right under, and settle and consolidate. Rise. Big circle. Over and under. Consolidate. Let's do one more of those. Embracing the moon. Big, open, buoyant levity through the body. We're just spreading it, expressing it. Oh. Now, both hands down, scoop, floating up. Now, elbows pull back behind a little bit. We're stored up to express. Turn the hands over. Forward. G. And then turn the hands around. Lu. This back. So from where we are, chi expressing forward is called G. J-I. G. And then this guiding, gliding, sliding back is called Lu. And there's many expressions within all the different movements. These are just kind of clear and easy to see. One more. Now, left hand does G or forward. Keep your right hand where it is. Let this turn your body straight down through your middle. Then turn left hand to face the body, right hand face forward. We got one G, one Lu. Turn the hands and Ji, Lu. So one going forward while the other is guiding back. And then one going forward, other guiding back. One forward, one back. One forward, one back. Now, both back and down from our middle, from that turning place, shift to your right leg, turn slightly, hands float over to the right. Shift left, turn from your middle, brush and sweep. Shift and turn, brush and sweep. Keep the weight underneath you, underground, using your liquid, fluid, light, limber quality through your body to move. However, just because it's light and loose doesn't mean it has to be sloppy and not precise. So we're balancing those ideas of precise and loose, yin and yang. Now the bear swats the jumping fish. Your left hand floats up and you're ready to go shift, turn, brush knee, swat the fish. Now that left hand comes down, stores and gets ready for brush knee. Right arm floats up. We're ready to shift and turn and brush, swap. Right hand going down, left hand floating up. We're stored in that left leg. Body is still wound to the left. And then issue. Storing, 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 and issue. So the other thing you think about with your energy is three stages. So after we issue we sort of manifest it, do it, we release. Before we store again, we release, then we store, then we issue. So there's the doing of the thing, release the thing, which then allows us to store for the next thing. Now go for that high jumping fish, shift, turn. So mark your left arm up, right arm down. And now we're going shift, turn, brush, swat. And then the arms have to switch. So the left hand's going down while the right arm's coming up. And we're stored and ready. And then it's shift, turn, brush, swat. Then the right arm goes down, the left arm floats up. Now we're stored and ready to go shift and turn, brush and swat. Let's do two more of those so you can get the flow of it, where it's this high and low separation, but you're able to track them both, and then track them changing, and then track them both. Now stay in your right leg, left hand down, stored for brush knee. Right arm wing, roll, fold, stores for the push. We're ready to go shifting, turning, brush knee, push. So all together, shift, turn, brush, push. Then the right hand comes down, left arm wing, roll, fold. So we have stored, issue, release. Store, issue. So it's this part, release. Loose, light, that then comes around and gathers, sort of consolidating. Then the shift and turn and brush and push. We've issued the thing that we stored. Then we release. And then we store. And then shift and turn, brush and release. One more each. Store. So it's underlying or inside of, once you learn the choreography of it, then it's the energetics of storing, issuing, releasing, store, issue. Now pausing here. Turn your left foot out just 2 degrees, maybe 3, maybe 4. Bring the body weight into that slightly turned out left foot. Still have your navel pointing straight ahead so we don't turn to match that foot. There's just a little turnout in the leg. Have your left hand down, dipped into the water. Bend your right elbow, fingers point up, and right foot touching out in front. So from the side, it looks like this. The key is you see this leg here. I'm not locked like this. There's this sitting quality. So we want the burn. You want the workload. One of the yang practices is you just stand like this for 2 minutes. Or another posture like it, a single leg stance. You just stand for 2 minutes till that burn kicks into gear. Let's just be here for just a bit. Feel free to make adjustments. And when I'm in it, I'll come closer so you can see when I'm holding the posture. A lot of times there's this grabbing that we do, this tensing that we do. So just regularly just loosen, shake things out and reshape, or, a little bounce in the leg. Like if it starts to really burn, just come up a little bit and sink a little. Just try to keep the flow everywhere in the body. Now we switch. Bring that right foot back, heels touching, these toes turned out. Shift the weight into the right leg, sitting through the right leg. Right hand down, dip into the water. Left elbow bend, fingers point up, and we touch the floor. Just be here for a little bit. Notice this. So if you have any of that happening, it's very common. It's that little adjustment. So you can sink down through that one leg, other foot is empty, space, flow, loose, lightness in the head, right? All the spirals we did with the neck. See if you can feel a light quality through the head and neck. I'm going to build up a charge. We might call it pain. And then let's bring that left foot back and we'll switch again and hold on the other side for a little bit. So golden rooster. While you're storing in that left leg, right foot empty, feel free to play with, can you lift it a millimeter off the floor? If that works, maybe you go a little higher. Maybe you go to here and then back down. Possibly someday, golden rooster. Right? This is where you might, in your own space, have a chair. You just have your hand on the chair. You keep your zhongjang, central upright. Another 20 seconds or so. Just keep holding. Again, always feel free to come down when you need to, but we're trying to get that feeling of a little pain, a little burn. Can we relax in the face of that pain? Rather than tighten, over time we want to soften and soften and soften. And then bring that foot down. Change. Right hand down, bend left elbow, other side. Hold for a little bit. Possibly lifted or lifting and lowering to add to that challenge. We're going to use a chair, hand on the chair. Become a connoisseur of pain in the sense that there's a certain pain that comes from you're in good form and you're just working the posture. And then there's a different pain where your knee's out of alignment or your foot or your back. That's a different kind of pain. That's a pain that we should be correcting. Or the other kind of pain, we just want to be in it, burn it a little bit. And then both feet down, both hands down. Step back to hip distance. And then 3 of those sink chi wash organs where we rock a little bit back, open, lift, rock to your toes, sweep around, palms face up, rock to the heels, bringing the hands in past the mouth, settle to the middle of your feet, hands settle to the belly, elbows forward slightly, hips back slightly, sink the buttocks, release the arm, push through the earth, stand. 2 more of those. So this just flushes through anything that was stagnant or stuck. Rock back, rock forward, rock back, settle to middle, hips back, elbows forward, hollow front, open back, sink, and release your arms completely long and flat. Come all the way up, arms hanging super loose. Last time. Eventually, this is just one fluid gesture leading into the next. And then we close the whole practice. Wing, roll, fold over top. A gesture of consolidating, closing, quieting. Hands right in front of the belly, palms facing in, just a moment there. Giving the chi time to find its way back from being out the playground in the body, back to the napping space. And then seal the practice, one hand over the navel, other hand stacked on top. A moment of wu-ji, no activity, quiet. If the eyes can close without you falling down, do that. If not, just have them soft, have a soft gaze. This final hand position. Hands grab the thumb, fold the hand over, makes a little yin-yang looking symbol. So eventually you can just seal them together in one gesture. So try that again. 2 open hands, seal, open, seal. One more. Seal and bow. Great job, everybody. Find your chair. Make sure you know where your chair is when you go to sit. You might have migrated away from it. Any questions or thoughts? Feel free to unmute